write it later on, and I don't have to look for it 3 hours. Okay, so you want to learn Smush? Have you ever done a Smush?
I've tried it before. I think, like, basically I winged it
Okay,
sometimes.
okay, and like, have you ever done a 25 plus 2 Castle Age?
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever done a 23 plus 2 Castle Age?
I don't think so.
Okay, so like the thing is that obviously in HD I fuck around on 1TC as you probably see a lot, but that's just not the right way to do it. It's just that it's HD, so I can probably delete my town center and still win. So like typically you want to smush and 3000 boom in the back. Okay, like this is probably the strongest you're gonna get with monks. Because like what usually happens is that you just start a smush and he like arena is all about value. If Arabia is all about like maybe you can just kill your opponent, arena is more about the value battle. And what happens is that like if you do monks, he will invest a lot in defending. And the thing is, if you don't lose your army, and you just keep the pressure on him, and you like do the micro correctly, you can just outvalue him and let's say be imperial like I don't know 2 3 minutes faster than him, and with the same eco let's say, and you just get like all this map control, so you can just easily push in the imperial. And since arena is really important on the map control part, then you just push him in his base, and then you just pretty much choke him to death. Like that's how the monks work. Okay,
Yeah.
so like for example, I played versus you know Eddie, right? So
Yes.
Eddie is one of those players who likes to go for really a lot of map control. That's why you usually see him go for barracks plus stable, and then add even like even double monetary seat workshop and whatnot, and then he just booms in the back. Like the thing is that arena around the 17x even 16x evo, it's really shitty. Like it's just really damn bad. And when you watch 2K Voobly Arena, it's always like who's gonna boom better and still keep up the pressure, because they don't aim to kill with that aggression, that smush or with mangonels and whatnot. They just aim to delay. Like you probably know Metal. He always went for that 1TC monks, right? Like just the full YOLO strat, and that is the wrong strategy. So that's why I'm asking about like the 25 plus 2 castle, because 25 plus 2 is probably the way to go. And you can go for 27 if you don't have deer, or like the deer is just not pushable. Like it's just like I don't even want to look at that deer. Then you can just go for 27 plus 2, and then just like double monastery siege workshop. So I'm just gonna start the game. Like obviously your Evo is a lot more experienced than most people I coach, so don't need to explain you the basic shit of the basic shit. If you have any questions, by the way, ask. It's just that I'm just like talk a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. I'm really interested in the transition into TCs and stuff. How to
okay, so
distribute your
like
villages, basically, like
yeah,
how many on gold,
yeah.
how many on wood,
So
this kind of stuff, and which upgrades to prefer, or if
yeah,
you
okay,
go
okay, yeah,
for
yeah. We're
spears
gonna
or
go
something
over
like
all
the
that.
decision
Yeah,
making
we're gonna
stuff,
go
right?
over all that because I need to show you. Fuck me. So arena to, I'm gonna put like all visible now because it doesn't matter that much. So castle age start. Bam bam. I'm gonna put deathmatch because we need resources. So just walk in pretty much. I'm gonna pick like I don't know, pick like Saracens, Japanese or whatever. So like you know with which civs you can smush, right?
Yeah, Chinese, Saracens, Byzantines, Japanese, Saracens. Oh, okay, said it already.
Aztecs, Huns, and
Aztecs, Huns, really?
yeah, why not? You only miss redemption. Redemption can be cut by Mangano Micro.
All right.
You still want to go like one monastery, one siege workshop, like almost with
Okay.
every civ. Even with like Britons and whatnot, you want to do that. The civs you don't want to do that is with like
Why can I
Spanish.
not go for like in Britain? Oh, if you're solely talking about the Smush, right?
No, 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 no. Even like in
Or
Britain Mirror, you want to put the aggro on him. Okay, so like for
yeah, but
example,
why not go for an archery range, for example?
because you like if I do the like what are you gonna do with archery? You just make archers and you just get the map control. What I mean by the mangonel is you can just try to break into his walls maybe, you know, and
Okay.
like it just gives him the pressure because he needs to react, you know.
Mhm.
And if you do like a good castle each time, you can do that and then boom in the back and just be ahead. Like I can. It was not a good game really, but I can show you what I mean like after this one. Okay, so typically, okay, so like do you see the distance, right? We would
Yeah.
call this medium, maybe even long distance. This is really long distance, okay? Like, so at this point, if you have the map control, you wanna place, you know, like the stuff here, around like you're gonna see in 1 sec. So like this is where you would wanna place that, okay? So you know, like plus
Mhm.
minus around this area, you know, like obviously you just want to keep them like closer and stuff, but plus minus, okay? So another thing is, it's very important that you don't lose your scout, okay? So don't run into
Yeah, that
his
makes
base,
sense.
don't try to be a hero. If you can't fight him because you're feudal and he's still, Dark Age, sure, why not? But rather don't lose it, because even if like his scout survives with 3 HP, he can still pick off 1 or 2 monks with no problem whatsoever, you know. And you know, because like if he has a good micro, it doesn't matter how much HP his scout have, your monk is still gonna die. Okay, so like the basic stuff, right? So talking about upgrades, just open the tech tree. It's gonna be easier. Okay, so open the monk upgrade. So okay, the most important upgrade which you always need is sanctity. Okay, and
Yep.
you get that pretty much always. You can make like monk and then get it, or you can get it instantly and then make a monk. It really depends on the information you have, because if you know that he has a scout and you have a scout, you want to get to sanctity, because it doesn't matter if you have a scout, he will just run to your monk, 3 hit it, and go back with like 20 HP, right? And his scout is still alive. Okay,
Mhm.
so don't think like, you know, he doesn't have a scout. He has a scout. I have a scout. I can easily make the monk. You know, or just like try to keep it in distance, because it's really tricky with scouts. Sometimes you get to convert them, sometimes you don't. Okay, so the second upgrade is atonement and redemption. So fervor doesn't work on this. It works on HD. It's a pretty good upgrade, but since atonement is,
Yeah, I know, I
yeah,
know
like
that.
those are the two
Uh,
importance. So atonement you get if like you see him go for the monks, because it's just a good upgrade. And but don't get it like preemptively, because it's just a waste. Same with redemption. You want to get it like the thing with redemption is you can also convert buildings. So you want to get it if you have the extra gold and you're inside his base. Okay, because at that point it's just really good to convert his buildings, because like typically he is gonna build the stables or the siege workshop or whatnot forward, you know, like somewhat forward. So if you can get there and you can, you know, just get the building done, but get the building done, just convert it, delete it or whatever, and it's just really good for you. So like the main upgrade is sanctity. Everything else is situational, and you know how do you determine? You just watch what he has. So
okay.
second thing, when you smush, okay, and like if the siege workshop is done, and he's still in feudal or only now hit castle age, the first siege that comes out of the siege workshop is a ram. Okay, the reason behind it is, okay, I'm gonna make a house so I don't get housed. I don't know why we're on fast speed, but this doesn't really change shit.
It locks into
Yeah,
fast
yeah, I
speed if you
remember.
have it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't change shit. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, select one villager. Okay. Select one villager. So,
Okay.
it doesn't matter where or what. Okay, so when I say go, you're gonna build a siege workshop. Okay.
All right.
When I say go. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So just like and when you build it, instantly build the mangonel.
All right. So you basically want to show me the ram is through there before the mangonel hits,
No, no, no. It's not
or
gonna be true
what?
there, but it's gonna be really good. Okay, so now I make a ram. I'm gonna make a mangonel myself. Okay. So like, I'm just gonna show you how good that is. So typically I would have my scout? Where's my scout? I would have my scout around the wall as well for scouting, but okay, so do you see our both mangonels come out pretty much at the same time, right? Okay, so then I just do this, and then it's, all about just me, having the mango micro, you know what I mean? Like, the RAM is just that much better, because, like, I just do this, and then I just keep pushing, right? And that was at the same time, right? So imagine if it's like, him getting the castle age 20 seconds later, or let's say 40 seconds, let's say he built 2 more villagers, right? You're already gonna be through the gate walls, okay? Like, these are just, those essential parts when you want to build a RAM. Cases where you don't want to build a RAM, I mean, you can still go for it because RAM is relatively cheaper, it's only 75 gold, which is really cheap, okay? But, like, when you really don't want to is obviously when you already see Siege Workshop going up, if he's that dumb and he built it on the wall, or, second case scenario, if he actually is in Castle Age and you just think he's gonna go for the Siege Workshop, okay? But, like, typically, as you saw, in most cases you want to go for it, okay? Because you're gonna be true if he's like 20-30 seconds later already, which is just so damn huge, okay? So, the second thing is, have you ever done mangonel micro?
What do you mean by that?
Have you, like, I'm just asking, I mean, it's a stupid question, but, like, have you ever microed your mangonels? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you have,
of course
but,
I have micro
like, so the thing is...
Like, I've done Siege Ranger micro.
but
also other
like,
micros. Like,
what I mean by
I've played
this,
enough games to...
Yeah, okay, like, I just don't know, that's what I'm asking, I mean, sorry for the stupid questions, but...
With attack ground and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so, like, the thing is that you don't really want to get to redemption. I mean, it still just comes down to mangonel micro, you know what I mean? And, like...
I hate that.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying, like, you can get redemption if you have extra resources, but, like, if you get redemption and you don't have enough monks, because you know you needed that 500 gold, and then he comes with you at, like, 6 scouts, you might get raped, okay? If you don't have, like, more than 6 monks, I mean... Like, you just might lose the monks if you miswatch the screen for just a little bit. Okay? So, when you get in, like, at this point, Mango RAM coming in, so, obviously, you don't want to use the RAM to attack the town center, okay? A lot of people do that, I don't really understand why.
No, it doesn't make sense because the RAM loses against the TC, I think, right?
Yeah, it just does, okay? So the RAM gets used to clearing out buildings, okay? So like a siege, like this, Just clear
monasteries, workshops,
etc, etc, etc. Okay, the mangonels obviously, go for the town center, you just like... The good amount of mangonels to have is 3, okay? 2 is still fine, but if you trade 1-1, you're gonna have 1, and with one mangonel just kills the TC forever. It's like 75 damage to TC. That's really not a lot, right? So 3 mangonels is the pretty much sweet number. 4 mangonels is I have extra resources, okay? Everything above that is I'm playing Koreans, okay?
Okay. Alright, so generally, at which point do you decide to throw down a second TC?
Okay, so second TC usually around-ish 20 minutes, at least for me, okay? Like, around-ish, because...
And how many villages do you have on gold initially?
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you that later, but like, because the thing with the TCs is, if you put it a little bit too early, okay, you might just be really short.
Can't afford siege and stuff.
Yeah. So like, when you already have like those 3 mangonels, it should be fine. Like the thing is with the 25 up, you're gonna be up really early. So at around 20-ish, 21 minutes, you will already have, the army ready pretty much, and inside his base or whatever. You know what I mean? And like Jupe wrote, outposts against walls so easier to win Mango War. Like the thing how I do it, I don't really like to waste the stone on the outpost. Like the reason I don't like it is because, so how I do it is, if I have a scout, I just put the scout and then you can win the Mango no macro anyway. Or I just put the monk here. Okay, just for the scouting info when you see the mango. I see a lot of players do outposts. Outpost is also fine. I just think that if you have a monk, you can put the monk. Because the monk doesn't get one hit by the mango as well. And if he hits the monk, you should win the mango fight automatically because you just had to get a free hit. So the monk is safe if your mango micro is on point. Okay, so like for example, the monk is here, right, around this here. Okay, so if he hits the mango, you should, kill his mango in return, and your monk survives with 1 HP. Okay. Like,
Yeah, but I think isn't 10 stone pretty easy to get?
no, I mean it's easy. As I said, you can do it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying like that there are.
Preference, basically.
No, I'm saying there are other options. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Because like if you go for the outpost, you need to build it after the monastery so the villagers can return back after work. Like it's it's always pretty much preference because both work. Like they're both correct plays. You know what I mean? It's just that. I like to bait him with the monk if I know my monk already has sanctity because he can't one-shot the monk, you know what I mean? And then I just can free trade mango, so the monk is safe, either way, okay? Unless he has 2 mangoes, at which point he's not gonna have 2 mangoes because then I would already have 2 mangoes, you know what I mean? Like, the outpost is still correct, I'm just like saying that there are other options, okay? Outpost is the one way to do it, like I'm just die. So, another thing about pushing is you want to have like scouted like around wall like this so you know where to attack if he has any forward resources. Okay? So like for example, if you look at my map, do you see my gold?
Yes.
I mean that's just GG instantly, okay? Like even though I have that huge back gold, a lot of cases, like if I would play a Saracen mirror, I would go like 22 up, abuse the shit out of the market, just 1 TC just because of their resources. Because it's just like so insane to try to defend 2 front golds and 1 back stone, he just brings 1 mango minus 5 villagers, and I'm like, well, hello there, So like, that's why scouting like around the wall once is important. Okay, so about the forward villagers, since the map is not that huge, typically like you wanna go like your villagers. I'm gonna show you. So your like when you hit Castle Age, you wanna get Womb. Okay, a lot of players don't do that, but then it's like, do you wanna get -2 villagers because you're greedy on 50 gold? Okay, because I've even seen.
I mean, if you go without Loom and he has like 2 or 3 archers there, you're basically GG, right?
Yeah, exactly. So why not get Womb? If you have Womb, I mean, it's not any trouble. So, like, typically, it would want to be like this. So, hit Castle Age, villagers out of the gate, get Womb, villagers reach the monasteries where they're at now, the Womb is almost done, you know what I mean? Like, it's just plus minus there. So, even when, like, his scout is not gonna, camp the gate. Like, it's gonna be somewhere in the middle, usually, okay? So, you get the Womb when you're pretty much in the middle. Okay, so, that's just a little on timings. Okay, just get Womb. Just don't be Eddie. Eddie didn't get Womb. He lost 2 villagers to scout. Just don't be Eddie. So about the gold, right? So typically, to get up, you need 2 villagers on gold when you click Feudal Age. Okay?
I know that.
Yeah. So like, and we just keep the 2 villagers there. So we add we add 2 villagers that come out of feudal, so those +2, and then we bring 4 off of food. It doesn't really matter that much which food source, because when you hit Castle Age, your berries are going to be done anyway. So you can, let's say, bring like I just don't think it matters if you bring 2 off sheep or 2 off berries, because the villager distribution is going to be like 5 on berries. So when it's going to be done, like when it's going to be Castle Age already, the berries will have like 1 or 2 bushes left. Okay, if you put 6, it's gonna be out. Okay, like so that's berry stuff. So like you pretty much want to have 8 on wood. That's enough. That's totally enough. 2 monasteries, siege workshop working. You're gonna stack 400 wood at around like already 19 minutes. Okay, but don't attempt to go for the really early TC. Just like better safe than sorry, because you need to push the damage. So around 20 minutes, you will already have the 400 wood. At least you should. Like, I pretty much have it always. So
I mean, yeah.
Like, and then the second TC comes in, right? And then like later, like I don't know, 22ish minutes, like 2 minutes later, plus minus the third. Like you don't want to build both TCs instantly, right? Because you don't have the eco to support it. Okay? So
yeah, sure.
Farm wise, you want to have around 6 farms on that 1 TC when you smush. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like.
What about the wood upgrades? Do you get it instantly?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm
Like
gonna go
the
over
like
that. I'm gonna
the
go over
bow
that. I'm
saw?
gonna go over that. I'm gonna go over
Okay,
that.
sorry.
Just yeah, no, it's okay. Just so about 6 plus minus farms, like 5 till 7 probably. You don't want to go for 7 because you just don't need that much. Okay. So another thing is that if you like wanna feel safe, build a barracks. Get out spears. Okay. That's just if you want to feel like typically you do that, but like if he's playing
Yeah,
like
but when do you add that? Because it would delay your whole economy, right?
yeah. So like around so about the barrack things, right? So obviously you don't need it instantly because he's not gonna go preemptively for scouts. At low reload, people are not gonna do that. At higher reload, even if he goes preemptively scouts, like he's gonna have maybe 2 scouts maximum out. Okay. So that's 2 scouts above you. So like, but you don't want to build that because that's like 1 in 10 games. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't seen people do scouts forever. Okay, people preemptively.
Back when I was when I started playing in Voobly and I watched some arena games, they used to do them more, I think.
Yeah, they used to do that more. Now it's like only Eddie does it. Okay, only Eddie does it from the pros in like almost every game. Okay, so I wouldn't really go for that because if you see the scouts, considering that you're on a good level.
I think generally the meta in the arena shifted a little bit into more of a map control style instead of a macro style, more defensive style. I think it used to be a little bit more, well, like a little bit more all-inish style or more aggressive style. I think
Yeah,
it
in
used to be
Master
more
of
defensive.
Arena, one I think people castle drop. Somebody said it in the chat yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say that. So yeah, I mean,
But
I wasn't
I'm
around
most
then.
interested
So.
in the Smush now anyway. So.
Yeah, so like, considering you're on a high level, if you see scouts, I would just expect you to click wall with palisades, okay? And then just obviously keep the monks inside the monasteries, okay? And then you can, work your way from there. Because like the thing is, right? So imagine you're building, like, just do you see the monastery villager? I'm moving.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like building, you just see the scout, just like I don't know, drop, the typical quick wall shit, and you're fine.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, and to just kill a few monks because like the thing is, he's not gonna go too heavy in the scouts, okay? And if you see the scouts, then you can build the barracks, okay? But other than that, I would recommend building the barracks when you're plus minus getting inside his base, okay?
And you stick to the 6 on gold or
No. We're gonna go
what
over.
was it?
No. It was 8.
Okay.
So like
Eight.
four from food, 2 from dark age, and
4
plus,
from food.
Yeah,
4 from food.
yeah,
Okay,
four,
I got
yeah.
that correct.
And
So
4
two from feudal, then 2 from
dark,
from
and
when you go
4
into Castle Age.
Yeah.
Before
No,
you go into Castle Age too.
yeah. No, yeah. I
And
mean,
then
like
4 from food.
yeah. So you typically
Alright.
want to have plus minus around 8. That's gonna be okay to stay.
Okay. And you can afford like Sanctity, the monks from the 2 monasteries, and the siege.
Yeah, you usually have around 400.
All right.
Like just like when you quick castle age, you put villagers.
And
around
after
them.
and after the new villages you produce go to wood.
The new villagers you
After Castle
produce some TC. No. Like the thing is, you want to. So again, this is situational, right? But in case you will need that atonement or redemption, okay? This is where the market play comes in, okay? So you want to put at least around like +2 on gold, okay? Because there are a lot of cases if you face monks versus monks, if you have redemption atonement, you win that every time, okay? And if you don't, you can just buy the food. Let's say, and you know what I mean. Like the thing with is that the value and the risk factor is just not that huge. Like, just put like okay, even 9 at gold is fine, but like rather have 100 extra than 100 short. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
So like 8 is plus minus what you need to produce, but I usually put like 9 or even 10. Okay, like it really depends on your gold mine.
It makes you more flexible. It's not the most efficient one, but it makes you way more flexible.
Exactly, and also it depends on your gold mine, honestly. Okay.
Yeah.
Because like if you have a gold mine, obviously
the gold mining upgrade.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over the upgrades. Okay. So.
Step by step.
No, yeah, I mean like. So that's about like the spear stuff, okay? So just like build a barracks pretty much when you're plus minus inside, because the first encounter with scouts, if he reacts, so he sees a ram at his walls, he builds a stable. You know, first of all, he's not gonna have that much food stored in the bank, and typically he's gonna have like 3 scouts or 4 maybe. You know, like when you break the wall, you're already inside. Then maybe you will just see the first scout encounter. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the scouts later. So okay, so about the 25 up, the build order, like I know you know the basics. I'm just gonna run through it. Okay, just say if you did something differently. Okay, so it's like first 6 sheep, then 4 wood, boar, 5 berries. I mean, obviously we're the second boar when the first one's done. 5 berries, then push deer. Till 19 pop, I usually just put them on deer, and like when you're at 19 pop, you want to have 4 more on wood, so that's 23, and then you want to have with the last 2 on gold, so that's 25. You quick up.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's the basic. Like the way, I'm just wanted to go over it because I've seen some player do 3, some player do 5 or whatever, and then it's like what the fuck's happening. So about the upgrades, okay? Double bidax every time when you click Castle Age. Horse collar almost never, typically never. And the gold mining upgrade, you want to get about the gold mining plus the horse collar shit, like you can get it if you had good deer. Okay?
Okay.
If you had good deer, because you can do 25 plus 2 without deer, right? And still have somewhat just abuse the market a little bit. Okay, but if you have good deer, you doesn't have that, a lot more extra deer, a lot more extra food there, and you can get the gold mining upgrade. I actually asked this one about Tomato, like I don't know, 3-4 months ago when I started smushing. I was like, do you get the gold upgrade? He was like, yeah, if you got good deer, just get it, And the horse collar again, if you have the extra sources, get it.
What did you say about the wood upgrades? I think I missed that.
Wood upgrade instantly, double bidax. You always need that shit.
And Bosa?
I'm talking about feudal age ones now. So you get the castle age.
Right.
So you get the castle age again. Okay, so you should have around 200-ish food. So you want to get the Bosa, okay? But okay, if you had to abuse the market and if you sold wood. Okay, I'm just saying if you had to, because in some cases you have to. You will be a little bit short, so don't get it instantly because you need your buildings and your rams and whatnot. Okay, so but if you
basically production. So prioritize the production.
Yes, exactly. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, but I need the bow saw, and then it slows your push down for like 1 minute.
Yeah,
okay?
I think in arena really the momentum is important.
Yeah, exactly. The momentum is the most important one. If you get bow saw 2 minutes later, nobody's gonna die from that. But if you don't get it, your opponent might die. You don't know that. Okay? The momentum is really important because every minute counts with the smush. That's why we try to go, for these smooth timings. That's why we go for this battering ram, because we just want to save those seconds. Okay? We just want to get inside.
Right.
Because if you don't let him mass, nothing can stop a monk rush. Okay, so yeah, Bosa, if you can get it instantly, but like a lot of cases I've seen, and even I've done it a few times myself. So I just get the Bosa, and then I build a siege workshop, 2 monasteries, and then I'm sitting on like 30-40 wood, right? And then I have to abuse the market. Yeah, I just have to abuse the market only to be able to build a siege. You know what I mean? And that's just.
Yeah, I think that's the problem I had before when I tried to wing it. Basically, is that my eco balance was so fucked up because I didn't know what to prioritize.
Exactly. Like you need to prioritize the whole army, and then the eco comes second. The thing is, when you quick castle age, obviously you can get double bidax and all that because those upgrades are just so much essential. So another thing, abusing the market, don't be afraid to abuse the market because you're smushing, you're on 1 TC till like 20 minutes, so like rather sell 100 food to make a monk or keep 100 food and have 4 villagers.
But you want generally you want the constant villager production, right?
But I mean like the 6 farms are gonna provide that, and the thing is the stacked food from quicking up the castle age will most likely provide a room for error for around 50-80 food. Well, by that I mean if you sell 100 food, you're gonna have a little bit of idle time because you're gonna have that extra food stored when you cook the castle age. Okay. Yeah. So no horse core, Doctor. So okay, because like the thing with that is again, you know, it's like 75, but that's a lot when you want to push because you need all the resources. You're gonna be sitting on 0 pretty much the whole time. Okay, and you just get it when you start booming, pretty much. Okay, because like the first farms are not gonna have the horse core anyway, you know, because they're gonna be placed in the dark age anyway, you know. So if you get it, it's not gonna help because you don't plan to make the farms, you know, like make more farms anyway until like 20 minutes. Okay, that's why you don't want to aim for the horse core. That's like the least priority upgrade.
I'm
Okay,
usually
so
really lazy with deer pushing.
me?
I'm usually very lazy
Oh,
with
you?
deer pushing.
With deer pushing?
Yeah.
Oh, you can cut
But I
it,
think
but just like the truth. Like,
yeah.
do you see my
For
deer?
example, if you look at your let's
Yeah.
look at your pacing.
Yeah.
Your deer are in a very very bad spot.
I
I
would
think.
delete this. I would push
Okay.
around 2 of them probably, then I would probably get mad and don't push the rest. Like you want to push at least 2, right? You know, like obviously the deer is completely horrendous, but you want to push at least 2. And since it's Voobly, and since you don't need your scout that much anyway, you want to push at least 2. So like, you know, I'll just like, you know, start pushing very early and just. Well, no, this is not the worst. The worst is when they're like, you know, behind the wood. Oh my god, this fast speed is killing me. The worst is when, you know, they're behind the wood line, and then, you know, they just don't do what you want. Okay. So another thing, right?
But
like,
why do you delete only one piece?
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you that. So another thing is, right, with this deer, just do this rather, because like, if it's perpendicular, like a straight line like this, then it's easy to push with 1 tile. You can delete as many tiles as your market can cover. Okay. So.
Okay, I see. But don't you want to like But don't you already give something away if you place the market right behind the walls?
What do you mean, give something away?
Like sometimes you can go for like an archer range or a stable or something.
No.
You don't really want to.
No, those things don't matter. Trust me. Like the reason they don't matter that much is because if you want to go for the archery range, you want to hide that. You don't want to hide the market because people already expect the market anyway. So like, market is so. Let's say market is the meta, and the stable is something out of this world. Okay. So you don't want to hide the meta, you want to hide the out of this world, okay? Because like the thing is, in most cases, right? In most cases, if you look at the Smush, he's gonna know what you're gonna do anyway, okay? He sees the Saracen, he's already expecting it. So like, just putting the archery range is gonna be like you don't need to hide it, okay? And just opening the wall like this, you know, just to get the deer in, is much more efficient than hiding your market or trying to play some mind games, okay? Because like typically, the only civs you want to get crossbowmen, like not the only, but like the ones which you might consider getting crossbowmen would be Vikings and Britons, okay? With everything else, it's just a waste of resources, right? Because to be able to snipe, you know, mangonels or even monks or whatever properly, you need fletching and bodkin arrow, okay? Because without that, you're just gonna get your ass kicked, you know? Like, well, I mean, you can still, if you're like, you know, you lost to Kraegert? Oh my god. I think we have to stop this coaching, dude.
Well, I mean, if you play like 20 plus games,
no, I'm just joking.
Can be a hiccup, right?
Okay. So the thing is, don't hide it. It doesn't matter. Rather, open the wall, close it up. You know what I mean, and you're good to go. So, like in this situation, I would do this, and then I would just mark it there every single time, or blacksmith. I mean, that doesn't matter. But I would every single time do that because I need the deer. I need to push at least 2 of these deer. Okay. Because otherwise, okay. So like another thing, right? The only pretty much reason we want to push deer is because we don't want to abuse the market because we want to boom. Okay, so we don't want to sell the
Well, it also
200.
saves wood for instead of you don't need too many farms, right?
What?
You know, you don't need as many farms to go up, right?
When you push deer?
Yeah,
No, I mean you can
isn't
still
it?
go for 5 or 6 because it's just that good to keep. But like, no, like the thing is that like again we're talking about the boom in the back, okay? If you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
boom in the back, fuck it, don't work dear. You abuse the market. When you get up, just because you can, delete the TC and then just go 0 TC Smush. Okay? No, I mean, I'm honest. That's how you do that. That's how I did it versus some 17x Arena, 17x Arabia or Hanhor. You know how fucking mad he was? He was like, what the fuck? You delete TC, you stupid. I was like, yeah, but you still lost. So like, that's how you, like, deal with 0 TC, right? So, like, but since we want to boom, you need the deer. You don't want to sell the stone. You can sell 100, if you have to. I mean, obviously that's better than I doing, right? But like, you just want to keep something because then you're gonna need to buy it up with the gold, which again
Yeah,
is
no, I
not
see.
that bad. But since pushing deer really costs you
It's
nothing.
situational. If it's necessary, you have to do it.
Yeah, exactly, if necessary, but like try to avoid that because like again the thing with deer pushing, right? With people like us who can do it, without losing a villager to a boar or something, it really costs us nothing, right? Because you don't need to scout that hard around the map anyway. You can like do that after you push the deer even. Okay? Okay, so another thing, right? Relics. Okay, so again, a lot of people do this a little bit how I don't like them to do it, and I really get annoyed when they do it. But you can get relics, that's good, but you get them while your ram is killing the wall, and you get them with one monk only, okay? Unless they're like really close, okay? So at this point, do you see my relics? Like to do relics below, like below?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would typically send one monk to pick one and then one monk to pick the other one, okay? Where are all the rest?
Alright.
Why do you have 2 relics in your base? Why do
What
I
is in your
have
base?
1 relic in my base? What the fuck? Okay, so also the relic in my base, I probably would pick the last because it's just so far. Okay, like the thing is, you can spare only one monk because if you spare more, you might find yourself in some trouble if he comes out with some surprise butt sex attack. Okay, do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because like typically you're gonna have like 3-4 monks at the beginning, like really damn early, and if you send 4 monks, to pick up the relics, and then he comes out with one scout and kills a ram, you're like, well, I'm dumb. Time to uninstall this game. You know what I mean? Clementor map hacks, yeah, pretty much, dude. Like that's just like those little principles because like, you know, again, it's gonna be like 10 gold different if you use 1 monk or 2 monks, or you know what I mean, and again, why take the necessary risk? Same with the wool. It's like 50 gold. Why take the necessary risk? Okay, like you don't want to get it in Dark Age, obviously, but getting in Castle Age, it's completely normal. Okay, so another thing, right? So another thing. What did I want to tell? Oh yeah. So typically a lot of players will also castle. So when they castle, just go around. Okay. Like for example,
Yeah, that makes sense.
do you see how you could build a castle in your base that and I couldn't go around because there isn't one. Okay. You build it on the left, I go around the right. You build it on the right, I go around to the left. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah, yeah,
still
sure.
holes, and there's gonna be holes in, I don't know, 90% of cases. There are some cases when you can't. Okay, so how to stop a castle, right? Like you saw me did the fast imp with Byzantines today, right?
Yeah.
So obviously like that was poor execution, right? But like typically that's just how you want to deal with this, right? So it would be like this: you would smush, okay, and if you want to go for the 1 TC push, if in case you do want to, when you see him building the castle, you immediately take 3 villagers off of wood or whatever you still have left, or even you can take 2 off gold and like 1 off wood or something, because you need like 3 to 4, and you send them on stone. And by the time you're gonna be able to click the Imperial, you're gonna have 650 stone already.
Do you add any farms there or?
No, well, you're gonna have the 6 farms.
That is
no.
enough to
No, no,
pick
no.
up?
I mean, no, no. I mean, you add, but I meant is you're gonna have those 6 farms, you know. So like, you would aim for 9 to 10. You just idle TC a lot there, honestly, because but that's
Okay.
like, you know, that's when you really, really damn want to push it hard. You know, like really what you will, because there's gonna be no eco left behind. Okay, like when you click Imperial, you just don't give a fuck. You know, you just don't even make any more food or farms or whatever. Okay. So you only need to be 60 plus to get coach. At least some basic knowledge.
Yeah, 1650 plus Voobly, at least.
Yeah, then I would have no clients or whatever you can call them. So like, you know, the thing is, with the castle and whatnot. Thing is, if you can get the Imperial first, you can kill the castle. You should win with Imperial monks almost every time. If he's still in Castle Age, because there is not a single unit that he can build in Castle Age that can kill Imperial monks. Even white calves die to that easy. Okay, so another thing. How
Yeah,
do
I've
you,
experienced it a couple times.
yeah, so how do you micro your monks? Which
I
method?
should put them on control groups,
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm asking because
but most of the time
quick, quick.
I basically have them in a group, and then I deselect them with control one by one.
Okay, okay. Basic knowledge. What's considered basic? Well, basic is considered I know how to war boar. Okay, that's basic. Now I know how to war boar. I know how to build houses. I know what like I know
that
how
I
the
need to
game
produce
works.
villages.
Yeah, I know how the game works. I don't want a guy like, can you teach me how to war boar? I mean, no, please, no. That's basic knowledge. Like I know how the game mechanics work, pretty much. I have done the William Wallace campaign, pretty much. Okay, so yeah, what you want to do is, and this is purely for scouts. This is, in my opinion, you don't really need it for Indigos, right? You want to number the monks, like at the first one especially, because in most cases it's gonna be like he's gonna come to you with like 5 scouts, okay? Like that's gonna be probably the first wave, okay? Just to stop you from pushing. And if you have them on hotkeys 1, 2, 3, 5, you're gonna convert 4 out of those 5 scouts, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just win the game. Then you're like, yeah, you suck, and you win the game. Okay, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's where you want a number. The unclicking is fine with a lot of monks, but with the first ones, you want to control group them. Because first of all, you're gonna have the time to do it, because at around 18, 19 minutes still, you're just gonna be chilling and, you know, just breaking in his wall barely and just getting already in, and before that, like, when you know, make the monks, you have the free time to do it, because you don't need to pretty much look at a lot of more stuff, because you don't have, you know, 3 TCs in your home or whatever. Okay, so just group them. Trust me, it's gonna help you a lot. Like, the only reason I group them is just for scouts and light cavalry. Versus everything else, you can do whatever and you're still gonna win. Okay, so do you have any questions still now?
Let me think. Not really. I think most things that concern me right now will come with experience and playing experience. I think,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like
but
you can ask me all that stuff. You know what I mean?
not really any specific question.
Okay, so like overall, to like, you know, sum it up, like the Smush is just about like you don't aim to kill him, you just aim to delay him and outboom him. If you go for 1 TC, then you aim to kill him, but that's a different story, okay? So second
Yeah,
TC at around 20 minutes if you have the wood. If you don't, 21 minutes around. Because like, you know, if you really go for like, you know, you lose your mangoes, you need to replenish them, you know what I mean? Then you need more wood. But typically if you build 3 mangoes, you know, it's gonna be like 480 wood, right? Fuck my life. And in that case, at around 20 minutes, you're already gonna have enough wood for a TC, okay? But if you lose, like, you know, first 2 mangoes, you're gonna be short a lot in most cases, okay? So again, situational. Rather make extra mango now than make the TC and lose the fight, okay? So, about killing the town centers. Like, so typically you just mangonel them, right? And he's gonna come out and he's gonna try to repair them, okay? So, if you have 3 or even 4 mangonels. They said if you have the extra resource, 4 mangoes just even though 3 is the sweet spot, 4 is like I'm gonna fuck you up and your TC is gonna die. Okay, and like in that case, a lot of the times, okay, what happens is that like he cannot repair it in time, or he's spending too much resource he cannot handle it. Okay, so in those situations, typically, you don't even need to do anything, just force brood it down. But in other than that, what you can do is you can try to convert the villagers that he's repairing with by just bringing your monks a little bit to the side. Okay? But you need to have more than, let's say, 10 monks in that case. Because if you use them convert to villagers, then he brings out his white calf brute and you're like,
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, then you die. Okay, so again, priority, don't die. Okay, then like when you get inside, if you don't need to get redemption, I honestly wouldn't even get it. I mean, it's fine to convert the buildings, but if you have 3 or 4 mangoes and even the ram, like even 3 mangoes plus a ram, you can kill the buildings easy. Like, I think it's just better to save those 500 gold instead of getting them, okay? Obviously, if you see a lot of mangoes come, and you're like, well, and you have the resources, get it, because then he cannot stop you. Like, how would you stop a guy who just converts your mangonels? Okay?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, because mangonels is the main counter to monks at early stages. Like, they're more effective than scouts, because you can just kill them because they don't have redemption. Okay, so adding a 3rd monastery, not really relevant if you want, because 2 monasteries producing 100% of the time is most likely going to be enough. Adding a 2nd siege workshop, that might come in handy, because if you push a lot, and you need ramps for some specific reasons, like, I don't know, just towers or just pure damage tanking, you might want to add a 2nd siege workshop. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, any questions till now?
Nope.
Okay, so booming and unit choice. Obviously your boom is gonna be slow, but from my experience, the time you will be able to click up around-ish will be, if you do it at 3TC, Smush in the 3TC, will be around 27-ish minutes. Okay?
Okay.
You're not gonna have a strong eager, you're gonna be on like 65 till 70 vills, but the resources you're gonna be stockpiling should be enough. Like, you might be more, but like in most cases, right? You can delay the boom and go for a stronger boom if you know that, he's not gonna go Imperial anytime soon, right? Because getting the Imperial edge while you still have, let's say even few monks and something in his base, like he's just choked, right? So if you come with Imperial army, you will just completely destroy him, okay? Another thing, Imperial army choice is, since we're going for, this like faster Imperial than him, you can just typically go for Arbalest Rams or something like that, okay? If he has
not Cavalier Lane Hunt War like someone did.
What?
I'm referencing the game against Metal with what you did. We lost against Halbs.
Oh my god, I wanted to kill myself after that. Yeah, like, but typically, since most pure Smush civs is like, Saracens, Japanese, Chinese.
Yeah, they all
have Arbalists, yeah, and most of them have Rams, and most of them also have Halberdier. Okay. So
yeah,
the meta.
I know about the unit choice in the
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, don't go for like Cataphracts or whatever. You're like, I'm gonna go Cataphract.
No. For Cataphract you need much.
You need like 10 TCs, Some people say you need 20. Okay, so that's about whole booming part. Wheelbarrow you get around 20-ish minutes, because at that point you're gonna have around 40.
When the first CC comes.
Around that time, yeah. Like, you wanna already get wheelbarrow because you're gonna, consist in more resources at that time. Like, if you have the extra resources, you can probably do it a little bit faster, but I think it's not that efficient because you're not gonna have that much villagers. So like 24 villagers.
A wheelbarrow really only affects the farms the most. Like, it's not really relevant for the other resources.
You don't really want to get it, because since we're focusing on wood and gold income anyway. Okay, like, You understand how that works. Okay, good. So that's somewhat a brief sum of on the Smush. Obviously, everything else just comes down to situations, okay? And like obviously, you probably will have like some questions when you play a few games because like there are a lot of situations. Like even I sometimes have questions. How do I, beat like sometimes in some cases what do I do when he does that or that or that? Okay, because like there are some things people do that are like really damn like strong or whatever.
Yeah, but some things you can only figure out if you really play the game yourself.
Yeah, and like
Not everything will come out of
some things
theory.
you can just can't explain in theory. Okay. Okay, I think that's plus minus a brief sum up on the Smush. Okay, so do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, so I think like just when you go and play, then we can talk about. Okay, we can talk about something else. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the chat a little bit because there's so much shit going on.
Nothing really
Plus 100 grenades, the base
of
knowledge,
substance.
base knowledge. I know, just mentioned. Okay, yeah, but you still fight well, which you aren't far behind if you play some more one once. No need to run smushing, pick Byzantine, double wall with buildings, mini boom, fast team, discriminate, siege round, congrats on your 2K arena, yeah, that's what MBO does all the time. So, yeah, about the telling to FKK, he doesn't have the micro to pull a boom off like that. Would like to see stats on the rate of success of 1TC pushes on arena, I'm sure it's rock bottom. Probably, as I said, that's why I did high Evo you boom in the back. It generally works only works versus real weak boom maps where the enemy has all like rest forward and whatnot. Yeah, and it generally works with only perfect micro. Yeah, that's on the spot, and the problem is you can't scout the back base if you're enemy in arena. Yeah, true. Qualis won 1200 Voobly, yeah, 1250 at the moment. Of course, you can still read if you scout on map to some extent. Well, yeah, but you still can't read all. Because, like, how are you gonna read me having this back gold? How are you gonna do that shit? No, you're not gonna do that shit. You don't know that. You can't know that. It's also about the area if enemy has his base. You can't know it most of the time. Yeah, exactly. Like, like for example, in this map, you smushed me. I'm pretty much dead. I only have this one back shitty gold. It's like you just starve me out of resources, then you just wow, you win. You know what I mean? That's why like all this shit happens. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. I think that's a brief sum.
Oh, that's basically what I wanted to know, actually.
Okay, so about Imperial monks, I mean.